Ladies and gentlemen, presenting you with the next fine top 16 feature match for Deluxe Stage 2, Round 1. With me, we have the lovely Lianorn being piloted by Nodote, bearing the red gloves in the top corner, and fighting against them is a fellow Stoicheia. It'll be a battle of the green as the Destined King Levidras is hoping to seek vengeance for the fallen Destined ones in this tournament. Down in the blue gloves corner, we've got a Nakayam who went 3-0 with Levidras in their block tournament qualifiers. So a very strong player having to come up against Lianorn. With me today as co-commentator, we have the return of Arx. How are we doing, sir?
Doing good, doing good. It's been a while. Looking forward to Stoicheia just self-destructing on themselves today.
Yeah, no matter what, Stoicheia will both win and lose this one. That is certainly true. And as the most successful as the most successful nation in this tournament thus far, it really goes to show that at some point or another, they would have to run into each other because there's 4 on one side of the bracket. So it just, man, Stoicheia is something else here. But when it fights against each other, what are going to be the results of that? We're going to go ahead and find that. So, are we ready to ride, fellas?
Ready as
yeah,
all,
ready.
All right, then. Say it with me. Stand up.
Stand up, the Vanguard.
Vanguard.
Alright. I start. I draw a card. I'll discard Sincerere and right into Urara. Get an energy generator. Using Sincerere skill, because I discarded it, I get to Soul Blast 1 and draw a card. Oh wait, I have to reveal the Lianorn. Here you go. You can Lianorn.
Hi.
So this confirmed that Lianorn is in the right deck. We aren't going to see any silly craziness that we saw in the qualifiers. Right,
Although it is worth noting that is the one thing that they have to abide by no matter what by tourney rules. So what's interesting though is that we're seeing the Roa ride line here. Now this Roa ride line, as they're ending off their turn here, it is worth discussing what this Roa ride line does. So it's all about propagating tokens, and the main point behind this is not just easy plussing, it's meant for rushing, because tokens being a 5k base means that they make 10k columns. That hits numbers on a grade 2 Vanguard. They're also 5k boosters, so they make magic numbers as a booster. It's a very formidable early beatdown strategy, and seeing as Lianorn went first, they are in their element here. Now we pass on over to the Destined King.
I'll start off my turn. Draw. Discard Charmed.
Ooh, key discard right there.
Ooh.
Yo, there are 2 Levidrasses. There's Levidras that sees Charmed and Levidras that doesn't see Charmed. And Nock definitely wants to be the former rather than the latter.
Yeah.
And I ride Technical Dragon. I set up energy generator. +3 because I went second, and I draw a card. I attack your Vanguard for 8k.
No guard.
Drive trigger check. No trigger.
Ooh, a very interesting card getting revealed right there, Gobrig. Now, the Gobrig is a tech card that some Levidras players play and could be particularly punishing in this matchup here. So I wonder what Nodote is going to do about that information.
I pass the turn.
Very interesting thing.
Yeah, that is very unexpected. All right, now we're on to the turn 2 for Lianorn.
Energy charge 3. I'll discard the Mask of Hydrogroom.
Ooh, confirmation we're running Mask Engine.
Ride into the world 3,000 years later Aurora. Using a skill to retire 1 plant token and call 2 plant tokens.
Classic Lianorn pattern right here, using Roa Ride Lianorn to get back its tokens. Calling over into the back row like that indicates that he probably has better attackers to give to the front there. Oh, case in point, we've got ourselves the Lianorn Searcher.
Go up Legra. Kind of blast 1. revealed our Lianorn from my right deck. So look at the top 7.
Very high impact card here. Adding the extra consistency of seeing your Leonorns really tipped the scales over for Lianorn to being able to keep up with the meta a couple of sets ago.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes all it takes is one support card to raise the deck back up to playable.
Oh, we think the searching
because
appears.
I didn't grab anything, so I get to draw a card. Perfect. I call Rosarium Fairy with its skill to retire 1 plant token and call another 2 plant tokens.
Ooh. And here comes the Lianorn beatdown. Seeing the Rosarium Fairy is huge for Dodote. This card is the strongest card that he has in his deck right now. Being able to gain massive power for free and also propagating even more tokens for free. This card is absolutely insane in this deck and helps prop up its early game to astronomical levels. That plus with Grace's extra power up, and we've got 3 heavy-handed attacks coming Nox's way. Can he defend these well? I wonder.
Yep. These are when you know the Leonor player high roll to high heaven. So let's see. Let's hope Levidras can survive this upcoming onslaught.
I'm going 13k to Vanguard.
I'll go.
And that right there already showing off one of the strong points of Lianorn. It's not going to be simple to guard these turns. Never is.
I guard with 23.
Yep. 15k to Vanguard.
No guard.
Drive check.
Nice.
No trigger.
Ooh. All right, we have another energy cycler there. Perhaps guard advantage was the name of Nodote's game.
Damage trigger. Yikes.
Heal trigger being checked. This heal trigger is one that punishes restanding units. Very apropos for the Lianorn matchup, but all it is now is extra defensive.
20k to Vanguard, exactly.
20k.
Commanding 5k shield. Will he cough it up?
Guard with go break.
And now the God Break gets to see relevance as a Guardian. Very nice.
That's the turn.
All right.
I draw.
Destined King being able to stop that first round of attacks, but let's see what they do as they go on to the second. At least with skill of Scorpiercer, they'll be able to ride into the Mantis size without having to use discard, so whatever they have in the hand gets to stay there.
Alright. Mantis-Side Dragon. And I won't do anything. $10k to your Vanguard.
Opting to attack the Vanguard, giving the counterblast.
No guard.
Draw trigger check.
Me.
Oh, over trigger check is live. And all the effects is going in there with it. 2 draws, an extra critical, a heal. Oh man. Now, it's not the most crucial time to check this, but this still does do significant damage at this point in the game. That just might help a Noct to gain back tempo as a side effect of not being able to call for early game. All right. How about Dodote's damage checks, though?
First check. Radiance Caliburn. Second check.
No trigger checks there. Another byproduct of the Mask engine there, but with Mask of Hydrochrome already in the drop zone, that much wasn't too necessary. But losing the Regalis piece might hurt.
I'll pass the turn to you.
Alright, and now it's time for Lianorn to do the opening act of her performance.
Yeah.
Draw. Energy charge. We'll discard the energy cycle. Oops, not yet, not bad. And right into Lianorn. I kinda energy blasted early there, so we're just gonna draw.
Alright, Leonor has now hit that field, and with a field full of tokens and potential boosters already, shoot, Nodote could be set up without even needing to call a single card from the hands.
Going to counterblast 1, using Leonorn's skill to draw a card.
Alright, they're going to opt for some extra card advantage here. Means that they're telegraphing a call.
And I'm going to call Luster Impact.
Okay.
A key rearguard being called into play. Luster Impact isn't just a 15k booster, it also has the ability that when it's standby Leonorn, in order to Soul Blast 1 and draw a card. So this is one of the main draw engines that the deck has at its disposal. This field is looking pretty optimal for Leonorn right now.
I guess I'm feeling a little bit opportunistic. I'm gonna use the mask skill from my drop
Oh, you're going
to reveal a grade 3 or greater mask from my hand. And if I reveal, I get to write it.
Ooh, using skill to mask up. Even without Persona right, they can still get the full effect of Leonorn Mask in disposal. This is a very devastating card, being able to get up to 5 attacks even against a grade 2 opponent. Although the Persona right may not be in effect, that could still be a world of hurt for our opponent here.
And we'll call another Luster Impact Dragon to the back row.
Ooh, Luster Impact also calling to that back row.
Because there's 2 great 1s in my back row. Luster Impacts. Yeah, +5. Battle phase. I attack with Luster Impact for 15.
15.
Only 15, yes.
I'll use Twin Cast.
Ooh, Twin Cat's coming down to guard for 20 on Manta Size.
Leonor attacks. Skill, it'll get boosted by all of my back row rearguard circles. This will hit you for 20, 28, plus 13, exactly 41 to Vanguard.
What should I do? Hit me, no guard.
And a no guard has been declared. Ooh, and a critical trigger comes on down.
Critical to Vanguard, and power to my front row Luster Impact. Second check.
Okay.
No trigger.
Alright, and that's 2
Damage
damage
check.
on Levidras there. Nodote's making up for lost ground with that OT check from earlier.
No trigger. Check and check. No trigger.
Using Leonorn's skill. At the end of the battle, I boost it with 3 or more units. I get to counterblast 1. Restand 2 units. And both Luster Impact skill activate. I am going to Soul Blast the Lianorn and the grade 1. And they get power plus 5,000, and I get to draw a card for each of them. So I'll draw 2 cards.
Okay.
And a nice double draw from Nodote there. Seems they thought about this one carefully, opting for more card advantage to try and stick in the game against Levidras.
I'll attack you for 30.
Vanguard with 35k.
Oh, and now here comes the restand heal, acting as a 25,000 guard, just enough to protect Manticize for the battle. Very precise guarding.
And I'll attack for 35.
Stick damage. Okay, not trigger.
Ooh, damage checks going to Squirrel. Alright, dealing 3 damage that turn, Dote has evened up the race.
I'll pass the turn.
10 and draw. Okay. What should I discard? Let me discard. Let me discard the habitat. And I write Levidras Imperial.
Alright, and the Destined King has manifested himself on the field. Now let's see how much Levidras will be able to do on this turn when it's playing catch-up.
I energy base 3 to speed top 5. Okay. I put the PG from my top 5 to hand.
Ooh, a very crucial add of a key defensive piece. This is particularly good against Lianorn and its attack pattern, which focuses on high Vanguard power.
I put my Levidras to soul, and I use my Infinity Eyes.
Alright, Infinity Eyes are a go.
You wanna put your own Infinity Eyes, or you want me?
No, you can do it.
Okay.
Interesante.
Alright, and opting for all 3 going on the opponent's side of the field. It seems we're opting for a defensive formation from Levidras. Perhaps they're trying to abuse the weakness of Lianorn, which requires it to boost in order to gain most of its skills.
I'll go on Autogaster, Energy Blast 3, and I check top 2. I put it on top. I call Foxhill and I Soul Blast 1. Call Charmed.
Alright, setting up a lot of things on this field. Are they going to offer Divine Skill this turn or not, though? That's the only thing that has yet to be seen.
I Soul Blast 1 to Divine Skill Axdo.
And right away, they're going for it. Alright, shotgunning the Divine Skill to grant Levidras a huge power-up and 2 more Infinity Eyes, 1 on each side of the field. That's going to result in a total of 5 Infinity Eyes for them being on the Dote side of the field. These attacks are not going to be terribly effective in taking down the Destined King of the upcoming turn.
I move my Autogaster on top.
Alright, Autogaster
okay.
moves to the front row.
Boosted with Foxhill. I attack Lianorn. Foxhill skill, I counter blast. Charmed gains 10k and can attack from the back row. So this should be 43k Vanguard to crit. With card on top.
Perfect guard.
Okay.
Alright, a perfect guard denying the massive Levidras swing, but what does the Twin Drive have to say?
Twin Drive. First check, front trigger. All effect to front. Second check. No trigger.
Ooh, but being able to snag another Levidras could result in even more Infinity Eye propagation on the following turn. Oh, and key damage tonight coming up against Nadote, calling him out for not having the investment of damage. Oh, is the Mask Engine going to be a bite back?
With Charmed skill, I retire my Anato. It gains 10k and also it gains 10k from Infinity Eyes. So 43k to your Luster Impact.
Vanguard.
I retire and I draw.
And just like that, Leonor has been shut off. And as a reference to our audience members out there, both the skill of Mass Lianorn as well as the skill of Lianorn Bavach requires CB as a part of their restand effects. So with no counterblast to work with, and there's no counter charges from the Dote's side, this is looking pretty bad. And having to damage check the Regardless piece that was a counter charger earlier makes this doubly so.
This is your plan, huh?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I do need the draws. So... we'll ride into the Vache and Unison Dress to draw a card.
Alright, being able to continue cycling out the deck and keep a nice and healthy hand, but how's the Dote going to approach combat with the weak information?
Oh. And a unique skill to Energy Blast 3. Give it +5. Look at the top 7 cards on my deck.
Alright, calling down the Ace unit, being able to filter out for another key piece. One of the best things about the Ace unit here is that what you see for the top 7 is not what you have to revive, meaning that there's any number of things from the Dote's drop zone, including one of the Vanquished Luster Impact Dragons, that they could call back to the field of battle.
Discarding a Sincerere. Shuffle the deck. Yes, I can. And from my drop zone, I'll call Luster Impact.
Alright, returning back to Luster Impact, safe and sound, and being able to discard Sincerere, which has a unique drop zone effect to empower the base power of some of the units on his field. So definitely getting double value from that Ace unit, an excellent use of the unique skill. Alright, seems that the players are in a state of thinking right now. Leanorn's been able to establish a very strong board, but as we mentioned before, without that counterblast, what's Bavach going to do? All they have at their disposal is the ability to potentially boost with that field for one final attack, but in so doing, they have to prioritize all the pressure on their Vanguard for the final swing of 3. There's no multi-attack here, nada.
Swing 30k to Vanguard.
30k?
Forgot to go to battle phase. 30k.
Okay, this is sus. I'll... Oh god.
Ooh, Levidras not wanting to give up the Infinity Eyes just yet. Instead, hard guarding for 20.
Leanorn attacks. Skill of Leanorn. Will restand everything, then boost with everything.
I see.
All right, now for the
Both
massive
skills of
swing
Luster
here.
Impact activate. To Soul Blast 2. Draw 2 cards. And both of these units get plus 5k.
An absolutely
you need a
massive
number?
swing from Lianorn.
40, 45, 58, plus 23. This will be 71 to Vanguard.
Oh, so that's your plan. Okay, no guard hit me.
Overtrigger crit. Trust.
They're hoping for some lucky drives here. So far, not looking so hot. But what about the second check?
Nice.
Oh, all right. Complete blanks. It seems that Levidras has won the gamble on this twin drive.
Damage trigger check.
Because I can't restand, I'll pass the turn.
All right. And by doing that, they've been able to sideline the draw effects that come from Infinity Eye markers. However, something tells me Levidras may not be daunted by this one bit.
I'll draw. Okay.
This turn's crucial.
If I'm lucky, I can end this game right now. I use Levidras skill to put my OG Levi into Soul, and I put Infinity Eyes.
All right, 3 more Infinity Eyes able to be placed on the field. But where are they going? Double dipping Infinity Eyes on a circle so that if they restand, they're going to proc twice. He is not letting up on that defense. This is only a sinking hole that gets deeper and deeper with every turn. There is now a total of 8, count them, 8 Infinity Eye markers on this field in total.
I Soul Blast and I call Charmed to the back. And I call Gobrik.
Galbraith finally making his point to the field here. And upon his land, we have a little bit of hot water that Nodote has landed into in turn. With Galbraith's skill, for every different grade on Nodote's field, that equals grades that cannot be used to guard Galbraith. And with an assortment of different grades ranging from 2 to 0, the only thing that can be used to guard Galbraith now are grade 3s from the hands. And as we all know, no shield there. But with only 3 damage on Nodote, it's unlikely that Galbraith will be able to deal a one-shot kill. Perhaps this is what they meant by depending on how the turn goes, they could kill. Let's see how it happens.
Boosted with Foxel. I attack with Levidras Imperial, Foxel skill. Counter Blast 1. Charmed gains 10k. And can attack from the back row. Because I have 2 Levidras, it has 10k. So 38k to your Vanguard.
Alright, attacking 38 on the Vanguard.
I guard for 53 to the pass.
Ooh, a very solid 2 to pass from the Nodote. And what does a Nox see?
First check. No trigger. Second check. No trigger.
Alright, okay. No triggers there, so Galbraith's gonna look a little on the weak side, but on the bright side, given that this attack has been guarded, the damage deny avenue is once again open to Levidras.
20k.
And they're going to be taking it, swinging on the rear guard for 20.
No guard.
I retire my Foxhill. It gains +10 and it gains +10 also from Infinity Eyes. 43k to Luster.
Ooh, alright. Definitely a grindy game this time around, folks. Levidras is not taking any chances with the offense that Nadote brings to the board. If Nadote is not coughing up damage, then neither will he.
With Charmed skill, I retire it and I draw. Over to you.
This is a battle of attrition and wits from these fighters.
Going to Persona Ride and Unison Dress at the same time.
Oh, by doing both of these in tandem with one another, that's Kado Nimai draw.
Row 2, and my front row gets +10k.
Alright, it seems that I had to make a pretty tough decision on that one. Unfortunately, without any CB to restand, the Persona Ride bonus is going to have a limited effect here. But at the same time, getting that extra bit of card cycle could help them in the grind game. What could they be anticipating here?
I will play a Meteoric Habitat. Look at the top 7 cards.
Alright. Seems both of these Stoicheia decks are running one of the greatest Stoicheia orders to ever grace the nation. A card that looks at the top 7 in order to search for any unit with grade less than or equal to the Vanguard and call it. And we've seen Rosarium Fairy here. This is a great time to see this card being able to get both the free unit propagation as well as the huge beatdown effect. Seems Nadote might be trying to play aggressively past the Infinity Eyes. Alright, they're throwing both Rosarium Fairy in the front row, so they're going to make a gambit on this one, trying to see if Rosarium Fairy can't break through the tight net trap that's been laid out by Levidras. Right.
Attack. Skill of the Rosarium Fairy. It gets +25k power. So it's gonna swing at you for 33, 43, 48 to Vanguard.
Oh, a not so humble number of 48.
Really depends on the sequencing of the order of markers he wants to like use each time.
All right, he's gonna opt for 2 Infinity Eye guards there. So Nadote's finally been able to make a little bit of headway and get past these pests. All right, that's 2 draws for the Destined King. And now with only a 20k guard, will he cough it up?
20 guard, honestly, 20k guard should be a lot easier than, 40k.
All right,
Especially
front trigger coming down
damage.
in hot to help out.
At 4 damage, he's really got to make sure he survives his turn and hopes he can push back.
Attack. Skill. This gains 25 power. I'm going to attack Gobreg for 58, 68 to Gobreg.
Ooh, interesting.
Wow, demanding a 70k shield?
And that's if he wants to defend Wheel Gobreg, but is that even worth it for Levidras? Let's find out.
Yeah.
It seems though Dote is doing a lot of thinking right now. They're making very precise plays to try and worm around the trap laid in front of them. And so far it seems to be somewhat effective. Attacking Gobreg for a massive number like that. Shoot, if you were in their position, Arxel, would you defend that critter?
Good. Honestly, that's a good question. No, actually.
I am
really,
in agreement
honestly.
with you there. For all that shield,
No.
heck no. Give a little insight here, Arxel. I get the feeling that they're not even attempting to guard Gobreg, but rather, they may be trying to trim the hedges and get some extra draws, even though they fully intend to not need to guard it regardless. That may be their strategy here. After all, with that much Infinity Eyes out there, after a while, it's going to become redundant, even if they do the double stack, because now Nadote has a little bit more access to which ones they want to restand versus what they don't. So he may be trying to burn these while he has a convenient chance to use them.
Yep, they could also be looking for pieces for their next turn also, because after last turn's devastation, they have practically no board. So if they really want to mount a comeback next turn, you're going to need a lot of pieces to set up some kind of offensive threat. Alright, the audience don't have to see this. We'll just cut to the moment when they do decide or not.
Alright, they're going to trim the hedges with a couple Infinity Eyes for Nehemiah draw.
Okay, no good.
48.
And then they no guard.
Ooh, interesting.
Alright, so it seems they did in fact just try to go for a little bit of extra card draw. Perhaps what they saw was some nice replacements.
Yeah. And now the all-important Vanguard swing.
Leonarn
The
attack.
big Leanorn
It's gonna
swing.
withstand everything. And boost with everything.
The
Kill.
stand and bow.
Gonna soul blast one. Power plus 5k, and I get to draw a card.
Alright, Leanorn being able to net even more card advantage here. Very nice.
Do you need a number? Or
And a constant guard coming down. Nice. Indeed, a number was not needed for that one.
No. Both our hands are starting to look like some Uno hands.
Meteoric Habitat. Second check. Heal trigger.
Ooh, a heal trigger that doesn't proc. Okay, maybe Levidras had that one in mind too, taking the 4th earlier. Very nice ability to zone out Nadote's resources as much as possible.
Those Eyes of Infinity Wisdom probably saw this coming and probably decided, yep, to say a 4.
I draw. I persona right.
Oh, Levidras saw the persona right this time around. If there's a time for offense, it's now. All right, let's see how badly the Destined King's going to try and come back.
I call into Gaster with his skill, Energy Blast 3. I check top 2. So it's this card. I put one on the bottom.
Alright, it seems he didn't see any triggers from that, so he's going to be opting for a little bit of a cycle instead.
I call Foxtail and...
Now then, was able to see all those pieces from all those draws.
Potentially.
Because if you wanted to eat Nadote's hand, this is probably the team to do it.
Yeah, Nadote's been able to rest easy with a really large hand thanks to all the damage denies there.
Yeah. That hand reminds me of like one of those Uno memes, so like, do Xing or draw 25.
It almost sounded like that for the God Break turn.
Yo, true.
Alright, on the extra tank
my
in the front
contour.
row.
Are they considering to play conservative?
Potentially. With both Rosarium's fairies out on that field, there are some prime attack targets, but this is also a Persona Right turn, so you'd have to go through a lot of power just to stop Rosarium fairies, so it's almost like you're exchanging current power for Nadote's future power potential.
Yeah. What do those Eyes of Infinite Wisdom? I wonder what those are telling a knock right now.
I'm gonna risk it.
Oh, it's gonna risk it.
Oh, Huli's gonna use its skill now.
I call Gobret.
Oh, okay, and that's the formation. When you utilize this in tandem with the Charmin from the drop zone for a full field. Ah, I see. So they're gonna see if potentially Gobreak might be able to be an X factor to break through this field that Nadote has before him.
I Soul Blast and I call Charmet.
Alright, now let's see what they're going to use to try and make more Infinity Eye markers. This is their last chance to do so, so I imagine they're trying to fully establish before that time. Maybe it was every opportunity to cycle through for a particular card. So what Infinity Eyes do they want? Okay, so they're going to opt for the From Hand to Soul effect to maintain their Foxtail ability here. So they only get 2 Infinity Eyes on that one, but where are they going?
Giving up the squirrel, that's a very interesting choice.
Interesting.
I overcall Gobret.
they're going to opt for a very, very high power call. Not many Infinity, so they are disregarding the defensive trap to try and go on the offense, maximizing what the Persona Ride is capable of. Oh, and with all 3 guardable grades on that field, both God Breaks are going to be almost impossible to deal with. If even one critical gets checked during this, it might be over.
Yeah, well, we just gotta hope for those triggers.
With the boost from Foxhill, Levidras attack. With Foxhill skill, I counter blast 1. Charmed gets plus 10k and can attack from the back row.
58 on the Vanguard with the twin drive. Incredible.
Now let's see, doesn't the Total have a PG for this?
It should be 27, 33.
Oh
58k to your Vanguard.
20,
No card on top. No card on top.
Yeah, 28, wow. Demanding a 50k shield or a PG.
As for a 1 to pass to demand a 50k shield, ooh.
Yep.
Oh, who knows? He may always have an OT in hand.
Oh my god.
It's times like these where that defensive number could always come into the play.
Oh,
okay.
I guess
Looks like we got a hard guard incoming here.
Interesting. Alright, so that says no OT then, because he would have slapped that down without a second notice.
73 to the pass.
Alright, looks like the stockpile is afforded. 3 healed on that guard. Well,
Ooh.
That certainly tells Levidras a heckin' something about the deck left.
Yep.
Trigger
that
check.
Okay.
Oh, trigger.
Ah.
I can check. No trigger.
Oof.
Ooh, but seeing another Levidras there can propagate more Infinity Eyes in the following turn. It seems he's running a little dry on drive potential, but these are still very annoying attacks. This is ironically very good for Godbreak, being able to still pressure for effectively no guards from the Dote on its own.
30k Vanguard.
Guard. Skill, it gets an extra 5k shield.
Alright.
I retire. Charmed gets plus 10 from his own skill. It gets plus 10 from Infinity Eyes. So 43k Vanguard.
And now both Godbreaks being able to activate as well. Getting 10,000 power apiece from the back row attacks and being able to deny the guards. And he has just enough Soul Blast to use them too. That's insane. So that means one Godbreak is 30k and no guards, and then the other is 40k with no guards.
Nice.
Okay. I'll Soul Blast for it then. I can plus 10.
Okay.
Minor
And
mistake.
Godbreak's other timing is now here because the unit's also attacking.
Oh yeah, by the way, I activate also.
And now he's got both of them online with just 1 soul left. This is the chokehold. This must be one of the big elements of the tech. A Nox's entire strategy revolving around defenses, but also having the guaranteed no guards from Godbreaks. If Dodote is unable to guard this upcoming attack, which is asking for 35 shield, then they have to take, and then from there, each of these are also potentially guaranteed takes. This is tight. Very tense.
Yeah, well, it comes on the wire. Having to give up those Levidras in this hole really is a really risky play right now. He's really banking on this turn.
Does he have the shield?
Yep, Levidras showing. Ooh.
Oh, that's a no guard. Okay.
Oh.
And the damage check reveals nothing. Oh no! That's the one card that could get around Godbreak's actual ability to guard restrict. So that confirmation means that these Godbreaks have a clear line of sight, them asking for only grade 3s to guard from the hand.
30k. You can only guard with grade 3.
No guard.
One more.
And now one more there. It may come down to the 6th trigger.
Will we see the Destined King clean up?
40k.
40k.
You can guard. You can guard with grade 1 to 0.
Well, I've tried all I can. I guess this is the time to start believing in my luck, isn't it?
Alright. It seems like a miracle is in order here. Will Nadote grasp it though? Do they have a miracle in them? This check determines it all.
One heal, and 102 deck. In a 15 card deck. That's really asking
2 in
for a
15
lot.
chance. It might happen. Can he do this? We're about to find out.
Damage check?
The damage check.
Check.
Nope.
What do you got?
Oh,
A mask
it
engine
did
card.
not come. All right, a very strong game from both of these fighters here. Very intellectual based, with Levidras coming into this with a very dedicated game plan from multiple angles and catching Lianorn on a veritable chokehold, like as if it was a hunter spider. Very well played from a knock there. But Lianorn definitely giving as good as it got up until the final turns here. Both these fighters should be proud because they certainly brought the level of play that we want from Deluxe here. And how did you think about the fight, Arxel?
Levidras, honestly, I think really showed why the infinite markers are the markers of wisdom. He really played to his strengths. He kept himself at 4 damage so he can heal deny most of that game. So that way when he knew he had a kill shot turn, he can actually deny those heals. And also seeing those early heal defenses actually meant that it gave Levidras the go ahead to actually put it all on the good Gobberies and try to finish it this turn.
Yeah.
It
was insane having to see how Levidras just took this from the slow burn method, utilizing the Infinity Eye markers to just put a catch-22 situation from Nadote. Very precise gameplay here, and the God Break sealing the deal too. This tech card definitely pushed Nadote past, as we can see from the remaining hand values here. There might have been a chance for Nadote to make a comeback if not for this, but unfortunately, Levidras saw to that ahead of time. So honestly, very well played. One of the more impressive matchups that we've seen thus far in Deluxe. So once more, very well done to both fighters. Y'all played excellently. And with that, we're going to go ahead and call it a match. If you guys did like this match, then definitely stay tuned for the other matchups that are going to be happening in Deluxe. We've got a whole bevy of other fights on their way here. So if you haven't already, definitely subscribe and turn on that handy dandy notification bell so you don't miss out on next to this pulse pounding action. And if you're looking for other Vanguard content in the meantime, then look no further. This channel has loads of just that, whether it be custom card reviews, top 10s, discussions, other fight nights, anime reactions. We do it all here, folks. So check those out as well. And with that said, take care and God bless y'all.